Hello. Well, as I said, I'm gonna welcome everybody to the Tiger IMM channel. I'm just gonna follow in the previous teaser of the infinite stack. This is a simple. It's off the previous sort of like stack and sell, but this is one that if we get to glitch the cougar or whatever animal we wanna stack infinitely, our friend, or in this case my other character, a second PS4, is gonna have an easier job infinite stacking, as I showed in the previous video. So once you get the cougar to be glitched, then you don't need to be doing anything with your main character, which is starving, poor thing. It's like just falling apart. Let me just give him some food. So basically, I'm just gonna start by showing that I'm on solo lobby. There's still videos out there showing the solo lobby. I will upload again what I think a better explanation actually of a solo lobby co-op method, which is the most consistent. But just to make sure that you always get to be in a solo lobby unless someone else is doing the glitch, but at least that you don't get a lobby that is populated constantly, because also that affects the stranger missions and the predators sort of spawning in the map. So I'll probably upload another video to clarify, because it still works. Very simple, very fast sometimes if you know how to do it at the right time, and within less than 10 minutes you're in this stage, which you can be completely alone. Whoever's helping you to do, for the co-op method can stay or leave or whatever, or you can stay with your friend or friends. So anyway, back to some of the tips to make this glitch happen. And hi Cap Kid, I can see you're there. Sorry, I don't do too many live sessions, so I'm just gonna try to combine taking care of whoever's joining the channel to actually recording footage, because this will ultimately be uploaded on the channel. So anyway, let me do something here. Hey David Rod, just let me show how it's done, and then we can figure out something. But let me make sure that we give all the tips. It's not easy. It's not one of the easiest sort of because it requires, like many other glitches, it requires a very good timing between you and your friend or second character to get the cougar to be glitched in the way we want to. But once you've seen it happen once or twice, you kind of get the hang of it, and as I said, I'll give a few tips to make sure that you have a better chance or a bigger chance of making it happen quicker. But it is not 100% sort of like consistent that if you do something it's going to happen. I mean, it's a trial and error, although as I said, once you see it happen several times, you start sort of figuring out the right timing and the right place of the horse, and what to do with what your friend needs to do, and as I said, some of the details that I'm going to show. But ultimately, I mean, if you have obviously a second PS4, is easier and harder, because I have to do the move with just two hands, but if you obviously have someone at home, I mean, it's obviously very much easier. But if you have a friend, it's not impossible. It's just a question of finding the right timing, being on a voice chat, and just timing yourself well. And then after that has happened, it's just very fast to stack up and make a lot of money. for the what it looks like might be the update coming up, or some sort of update coming up this Tuesday, given that we haven't had much of an update actually in the last 2 weeks, and there's a lot of noise around the 20th of August being a key date. But we'll see. There's always a lot of noise and very little certainty on anything around Red Dead. But anyway, let's get on with some tips here, and as you see on the screen, you see my main character, which I'm moving here, and then second character is right there, and there's a cougar next to it, which looks like he's not holding it, but in fact on the screen that I have with my second character is holding the cougar. So if I go in and try to sell, I mean, there's nothing to sell. I mean, the right corner is in Spanish, but vender means sell, comprar means buy, and as you see, vender is grayed out, meaning that there's nothing to sell. Basically, I have an empty satchel. But let me just start by, and if you pay attention, if you can see the second character that is right behind the horse, I'll just start loading the horse with the cougar. The only thing that you're gonna see is my second character sort of making a move with his hands, like if he's putting something on the horse, but it will be transparent. You won't be seeing anything, and the cougar is right there, sitting right there next to him. So anyway, I'm just gonna do it a few times. Important tip when you have also glitch already the cougar is that you can keep it in your arms as long as you want. Your friend can keep it in his arm as long as you want, but when it's stored in the horse, you have to take it out very quickly. Otherwise, the cougar will fall off the horse, and it will like unglitch itself, you know, and it will just lie on the ground, and you will need to do the glitch again. But as I said, I'm just loading it a few times on top of the horse, and as you will see now with my second character, with my first character, I'm just going to go in the butcher, and now I can sell, and I have 7 perfect cougars. So as you can see, I can sell them at $13.50 each, and it's just, you know, I mean, with that move of your friend, as I said, you can just make tons of money very, very fast, right? So this is obviously the end of the glitch. ¿Qué pasa, Rosdem? I can see some Spanish people joining the chat. Rosdem, no sé si entiendes inglés, pero bueno, estoy explicando un poco de detalles en inglés. A little bit of Spanish, a little bit of English. We'll try to do it for both people joining the chat. But anyway, tips, which is important, because I mean, most of you have seen kind of like what is done, and as you can see, this is the end result. I mean, I go back in, and this, as you see, is grayed out on the right side. I can't sell. Como ves, Rosem no. Okay, perfect. You understand English. That's great. So as you see on the right side, vender is grayed out. So you can't sell. You can only buy, because well, there's nothing in it, right? So but once again, my other player, even though you can see there's a cougar next to him, he has a cougar on his arms. That's what he sees on his screen. So I can just load the horse, and as I said, just gotta be aware that you need to take the cougar off the horse very fast, because if you take long to take it, once you've stored it, if you take long to take it out, it will just fall off the horse, and you will need to do the glitch again. But I'm just doing this one more time, a few times, just to show you that it's really infinite. I mean, you can see another 4 perfect cougars. That's another, you know, what, $54 or so, right? $54 more in just a few seconds, and you can do it as long as you want. So what I'm going to try to do here live, and let me just see, I don't know if I can change from one to the other PlayStation to show you the other image. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to swap, and I'm gonna with my I'm just gonna let me see if I think I had another cougar here. No, it's gone. Is it? Okay, so let me just do something. Let's just as we're live, let's just test things. I mean, I can show you. Hold on, let me show you something. I mean, obviously we're live, but you see the date. You know, we're 17th of August. You know, it's 6:44 in Madrid time. So, you know, live. Nothing, no recordings, nothing bizarre with a glitch. Anyway, it is working. But let me try to do something. You see the cougar there on the right side. It's getting dark, so unfortunately, it's when it gets dark, there's no not that clarity, but you can see the cougar right there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna drop it on the horse and I'm gonna leave it, and you'll see I'm gonna see with my second character that the cougar will end up falling on the floor after a few seconds. It should fall on the floor, and if not, anyway, I mean, normally it does. Let me just take it again. If it doesn't happen at the first time, I'm sure it will happen second or third time I do it. If I do it a few times, it should end up falling on the ground, and then that's kind of like the end of that glitch, or at least that's what used to happen on previous tests that I've done. It seems like it doesn't want to happen right now, but let me see if I can get opening your screen a little bit. Actually, I'm just gonna go into the butcher. Go in. There's three, but there's one on top of the horse. In fact, yeah, now it's fallen, and as you can see, now the cougar is on the ground, right? So it's no longer standing up like it was doing something weird. And when I pick it up, now you see that my second character has a cougar. So that cougar has been sort of has lost a glitch, right? So if I go in the butcher, I mean, I'll still have 3 that I can sell, but that'll be it, right? So I sell another 3, and that's it. I mean, now I don't have, whoops, some glitching happening. Oh, actually, still glitch. Oh my God, look at this. That's very strange. It happened to me once too. You see, the sign of being glitch is like it's a cougar that normally well, it looks like it's on the floor. Actually, I see it on my arms on the second screen of my character. Is actually on top of my arms, while the cougar, as you see it on the screen, is actually lying there on the floor. So let me keep on stacking. It doesn't want to unglitch itself. So let's just keep on stacking and see if it finally unglitches itself. But as you can see, I'm stacking. It's doing the move, but the cougar is on the ground. So okay, look, I'm putting it on the floor, and as you can see now, the cougar used to be right there is now behind the horse. I think we've unglitched it now finally. Let me just sell whatever I have. Still another 2. Okay, still making money, even I don't want to make any more money, but I'm just trying to show you how to do the glitch now. I mean, not just the end result. So let me see if I pick up the cougar. Hold on a second. With my other character. Right, here we go. So I see it in my arms on the screen. You can see it that my second character has it in his arms, and I can see it in his arms on the other screen I have for the other PlayStation. So okay, so what our friend, in this case the guy with white hair, which is my second character, needs to do is just go behind the butcher and just stand in a place where he can see that he can load the cougar on top of the horse. Now my first advice is, I don't really know, I mean, usually on the tests, the horse, if I put the horse a bit more back, but given enough space between this sort of white liquid barrel and I don't know if it's salt or what is that in that barrel, but the like if I put the tail of the horse, give or take where my player is now, so the backside of the horse just past this bar, but the horse a little bit closer to this carriage, so that there's space in between this barrel and the horse for my other player to get in. That tends to be a good place, but I do think that the position of the horse does make it easier or more difficult. But anyway, my main player, I have here a different animal that I can. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just using this other animal. What matters is my second character or your friend has a 3-star cougar, which is the one that we're gonna dupe or load infinitely on the back of our horse. So I'm just using this other animal as the animal to produce the glitch. So what needs to happen is as soon as my other character presses load, like to load the carcass on top of the horse, the cougar carcass, I will start also pressing load on my control, the square button, to load this other animal on the back of the horse. What needs to happen is the animal I have on my arms will fall on the ground, just fall off my arms straight into the ground, will not even make it to the horse. And my other character, which is a friend, as soon as he sees the cougar going into the back of the horse, as soon as he can, once it's stowed it, as soon as he sees the square sign to be able to pick it up again, he has to pick it up quickly. What we're trying to see, or what should be seen on this screen as we see it, not as our friends see it or my second character sees it, is that my second character makes the move of picking up the cougar, but there's no cougar. The cougar is on the ground, and when he walks back, the cougar is just gonna drag itself on the ground instead of being on his arms. So that's what I mean is about timing. Is your friend, or in this case my second character, needs to tell you now, like that's when he starts pressing square. And it's kind of like when he's like, if you think about the circle that is around the square to stow, when it's like quarter past the hour, if you imagine it being a clock, when it's like quarter past the hour or so, that's when you need to start pressing the square button, and that's, you know, the timing, so to speak, that seems to be working more effectively for me. But let me try it. As I said, let's give it a few tries and see if we can make it work. So I'm just gonna make sure that I got the right remote in my hands. Okay, so I'm moving my second character, as you can see, on the back of the horse. I also advise that you walk towards the horse, because when after stowing the animal, the character of your friend tends to hey William, tends to move back a bit. And as I said, you need to pick up your friend needs to pick up the carcass as soon as possible after it's stowed it on the back of the horse. So as I said, if you walk forward, as you see he's walking forward, you're always going to see the square sign quicker. So that's one of the tips there. So I'm just going to walk, and as I said, I'm ready with my other character on the back of the horse. As you can see, my other character with this other animal is back here. So I'm just going to walk, and I'm just going to do it. See, in this case, what I see here is just that my other character has the cougar on his arms. So basically, we need to do it again. It's what we need to see is that when he picks it up again, it just drags on the floor. Okay, so let me just try to do it a few more times, see if we can make it happen live. Just not always the easiest thing, but we'll give it a try. I mean, we're no rush here. Okay, that was second try. the horse is not where I usually put it, so although if we don't get it here, I'll just move the horse. But hopefully we'll get it live. All right, let me just move the horse a bit. That's what I mean by having a bit more back, so that the distance between our friend and to pick up the horse is a bit longer, so that tends to create a drag that makes it a bit easier for the cougar to actually end up on the floor and instead of jumping straight into his arms. Sometimes what's difficult is to create that space when it's further. I don't see right now. I'm seeing it right now. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so it picked it up. Not this time. Let's be patient because it will happen. I mean, I've got it to work many times, guys. So one of the reasons why I'm uploading this video is just to also let you know that it works. So if you can actually get it to work and you happen not to have taken advantage of all the money glitches in the past, I mean, this is if you have a friend, this is a pretty good way to make quite a lot of money if you guys want to get ready for whatever update hopefully this Tuesday we'll get from Rockstar on Red Dead Redemption Online. So let's try again. Oh, there we go. We got it. You see guys, see that the cougar is on the floor. Okay. So we got it to work. That's good. You see the cougar? I'm just gonna use my other camera, the one that you can see. The cougar is just walking on the floor behind my other character. It's just being dragged. But anyway, I can see it. The point is, I can see it in my arms on the screen. Actually, it just got stuck there. It doesn't really matter where the cougar is. I can see it is in my arms with the second character, even though the cougar, as you can see, is all the way back there behind the butcher. So I'm just gonna take this other animal out of the way with my main character, and I'm just gonna sit here on the butcher just to wait. So my second character is gonna go here. You can lock yourself in the corner, usually as we used to do when we wanted to stack up really fast. But as I said, I will start stacking infinitely here. You see the move, and I'm stacking. Important tip, very important. Make sure you take the cougar out of the horse very fast, because sometimes what happens if you take too long is that it will just slide out of the horse and you'll have to glitch it again, which, as you see, didn't take us that many tries. I mean, we tried live, no video editing, no anything, maybe 6-7 times maximum, and that is me doing it with two hands. So if you have a friend, I'm sure it's a lot easier. You kind of have seen the timing, I hope. I mean, even though you don't have the visibility of the other player, I might upload a video where you can see it from the other screen too. But just as a tip, is literally, if you think of the square wheel that you use to stow the cougar as if it's a watch. Just think about quarter past, which is very fast, by the way. I mean, quarter past is it's like I don't know, a fourth of a second, or because as soon as you start stowing, I mean, the wheel goes very fast. So think about it. If you look at it quarter past and get your friend to time it so that it's telling you now exactly when the wheel is moving through the quarter past, and then you stow it as well, and then your friend will have to pick it up as soon as they see the square to pick up again. If you do that right, and you get the hang of it, it's an amazing, you know, way of making lots of money. Because I mean, I'm using a 3-star cougar here, which is $13.50. I mean, if you use the panther, it's $14. Not much more. I prefer doing it with a cougar here in Blackwater, because sometimes what could happen is the cougar can disappear. It happened a few times, and I think it's if you've glitched it, but you didn't get to grab it, or I think the next time you stow it and falls on the ground, it can disappear. So if it does, you will need a neo cougar. So it's easier here in Blackwater, where you have plenty of cougars. It takes you 30 seconds to go and hunt another cougar. Hopefully a 3-star, but if it's not even, it doesn't take that long to get a 3-star. You just ride away and come back, and you'll ultimately get a 3-star fairly quick. And there's a few places. So I think Blackwater is a great place to do this glitch. And hold on, let me just move the other player, because it's been passive for a bit long. So look, I've just stowed it. I have it in my arms. You can't see it. In fact, what my other player sees, or the main player sees, is the cougar is back there, but the cougar is actually on the arms of my second character. So when I go in the butcher, I've done it a few times. I got 38 3-star cougars. So you do the math. I'm gonna start selling them like crazy. So I was like at 41,500 or so, and I'm just selling and selling and selling. So, and as I said, I'm in a private solo lobby. Nobody will bother us, me and my second character, and it can be done, you know, for as long as you want, and it's working all weekend, as you guys know. This will not get patched. So there's a few of the other animals, and I'm back to 0 on the satchel. But as I said, just make sure that before you sell, your friend keeps it in his arms, and then I can start all over again. So very, very powerful glitch to make money. I mean, now that the other one, the XP gold and money glitch, was patched, this one was not patched originally. There was another one which I have recorded as well, which was but it required more of a use of the 2 players constantly. Here, once you've glitched the cougar, is only your friend. And in fact, if you do it for both of you, you can both be stacking each other's horse. So your friend can be stacking your horse, and you can be stacking your friend's horse, so that one doesn't feel that it's just sacrificing its time for you to make money. So both of you can be making money. There's another place, as you know, right here in Blackwater, just a bit down the line. Oops, you see, now I stopped, and the cougar just went back. So I left it a bit of time on the back of the horse, and I saw it disappear, so it glitched out. As I said, once you've stolen the cougar on the back of the horse, you need to do it. You need to pick it up quickly. If you leave it on the horse, it can unglitch itself. But I still have another 12 here to sell. So as I said, very, very powerful glitch. I've shown you that it happens. I've shown you that it works. You kind of like probably saw the timing, or you can, you know, rewind it and watch it a few times if you want to, and take advantage of it. I mean, it's gonna work the whole weekend. So as I said, there's another place. I'll just run here. There's another place, as you know, here where you can do it. So as well, and there's a few other places. There's another place actually at the end of this street on the left side where you can also stuck your horse. So once you've glitched the cougar for each other, for both of your friends, you both can be just focused on stowing each other's horses constantly, and that's it. I mean, you both can be making tons of money. So for those that have joined the live session, I see more people join than comments. I hope you enjoyed it. I was not uploading many videos lately. Just been taking a break in summer, enjoying the summer. So, and eagerly waiting for an update to revive the game a bit, because I'm sure many of you have enough money, gold and XP. We just need to be able to buy other stuff and enjoy the game in a different way. So, but anyway, this is a way to make more money before the update. It's very powerful. It's a co-op for the moment, but it's infinite, so it's not time bound as there's been other glitches coming up that you can do solo, but they're time bound to a mission, and this one is infinite and very, very powerful. And as I said, you can do it both together. You can help each other without the need of both acting to support a single player. So that I think is the improvement. So shout out to those guys who found it. I'm not really sure who it was, but I've seen it in Matt's channel, so shout out to him. I know he's not going through a good time, so shout out to that guy. And anyway, this is fun. This is a game, guys, so enjoyed it. Hope you make money. Thank you, Black Sun 10. Cheers, mate. Cheers for the support. And as I said, enjoyed it, tried it. I actually enjoyed hard glitches more than the easy glitches because it's a bit more of a challenge. And this one is certainly a little bit challenging because, as I said, it requires very good timing between you guys. And but it's fun at the same time because once you get it, it's as I said, it's a test. It's a test of how well you can both coordinate each other to glitch the Panther. And let's see what comes out of this. I mean, there's always collaterals that we can learn from glitches, so hopefully with the new updates and what we're learning every week about the game and how it glitches, there'll be a lot more fun coming. So I'm just gonna finish the live session now. I'll maybe make a video especially for the Spanish supporters, because obviously I've done the whole live session in English to explain some of the tips. But again, enjoyed it. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the glitches, and be safe. Take care.